This is where we talk about sleep strategies, hacks to help you get through when you wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning and you can't go back to sleep. So, first of all, I want to remind you sleep is a practice. And like the other practices in our lives, the more consistent we are, the better results we're going to get. And sleep is when our brains clear out that dangerous stuff, that amyloid beta plaque that's linked to all kinds of neurological decline. So, we should really be wanting to get the best quality sleep we can get every night. Because when you get a great night's sleep, you wake up feeling energized and ready for the day. So, I'm going to run down some of the big sleep disruptors that you may not know you're doing, but could be robbing you of precious Z's. All right. So, you want to have cotton sheets or some kind of sheets that are cool because we want the body needs to cool down 2 degrees, the body and brain, for you to get in that deep restorative sleep. So you want to set your thermostat to 64 to 67 degrees. You might want to try a cooling mattress cover. They actually make these things. Um, you want to make sure your room is cool, dark, and quiet. That is the trifecta of good sleep. Ambient light, light that comes from electronics, that comes from around your windows, that light actually interrupts your deep rest. So people who sleep in rooms with blackout shades get more restorative rest than people who sleep in rooms that have ambient light and light from electronics. This is why parents put blackout shades in babies' rooms. They want those babies to get a nice, good, deep sleep. And that's what we want too. Um, so cool, dark, and quiet. Now, if you live in an urban area like I do, I sleep with soft foam earplugs, and it makes all the difference in the world. So, those are some sleep hacks for setting the conditions of life for the sleep you want to have. But there are some other things to watch out for. If you drink a caffeinated beverage after 3 in the afternoon, that could be keeping you awake at night because the half life of caffeine is like 7 hours. So you really want to monitor your caffeinated beverages and your alcoholic beverages. So, alcohol is a notorious sleep disruptor. And it's a classic story of you had a glass of wine or two, and then you woke up at 2 a.m. and you couldn't fall back asleep. Well, alcohol does a couple of things. One, it dehydrates you. So, we've talked about the importance of hydration for getting that deep restorative rest. So, for every alcoholic beverage you have, you should also have an extra glass of water. But know that alcohol is going to wake you up when your liver is processing it, and that tends to be around 2 a.m. in the morning. Another thing is blue light. So if you're watching TV, if you're reading on an iPad and you're not wearing blue light blockers, you're going to want to get some because that blue light lights up the neurons in your brain and makes it harder for you to fall asleep and stay asleep. So get yourself some blue light blockers and really get off those screens about an hour before you want to go to bed. Too much stress, that will do it. So, managing your stress. And again, remember, we've talked about the role that hydration plays in our sleep, in our muscle pliability. It also plays a role in our stress. If you're even a little bit dehydrated, your stress level is elevated. The inflammation in your body is elevated. So, we really want to make sure you go back to the module on hydration and that you're practicing your hydration consistently and constantly throughout this program and creating these new important habits for the rest of your life. Um, Too much sugar. This is one that people don't consider. Too much sugar, too much refined carbohydrates, too many artificial ingredients. All of these things create this low level inflammation in our bodies, and that low level inflammation affects our sleep. So, this program is a comprehensive program that is going to teach you the most important steps for creating a healthier lifestyle. And that includes hydration, it includes movement, it includes nutrition, it includes sleep, and it includes managing your stress. So, create the sleep you want to have by creating a sleep schedule, and then use your hacks to help you get more consistent sleep. Now, when you wake up at 2 in the morning, I always ask people when they say, yeah, and I keep waking up at 2 in the morning. I'm like, how do you know it's 2 in the morning? And they're like, well, I looked at my phone. Well, don't look at your phone. If you wake up in the middle of the night, does it really matter what time it is? No. So if you wake up in the middle of the night, think of that as a thought vacation. You've just been given a thought vacation. You can use that time to think about things that bring you great joy, like your grandchildren, and just relax and know that all is well, and you will fall asleep on your own. But if you look at your phone, you are now putting that blue light into your brain and lighting up those neurons. It's going to make it harder for you to fall back asleep. Um, so make sure you're well hydrated during the day so that you don't wake up at night because you're thirsty. And another thing is, if you're somebody who struggles to balance their blood sugar, you might need a little night snack, a little snack before you go to bed of something like, maybe like 10 almonds or a scoop of nut butter on half an apple, maybe half a yogurt, something like that to keep your blood sugar balanced through the night. So those are some hacks to help you when your sleep is a little bit challenged. And it is normal to have some nights, especially for women, some nights during the month, because even if you are not having a cycle anymore, your body is still cycling. Your hormones are still changing throughout the month. And sometimes we get better sleep, and sometimes we get sleep that's not as great. So give yourself a little grace. It's okay if you have a bad night's sleep. You just try the next night to get back on your schedule and have a good night's sleep. But don't beat yourself up. Don't look at your phone in the middle of the night. Stick to your sleep schedule, and that's going to benefit you in so many wonderful ways. So enjoy this chapter. There's a wonderful sleep webinar that is, got lots of information for you. And know that sleep is literally your beauty sleep. It is where the fountain of youth resides in our bodies. It's when our bodies and brains get to regenerate themselves. And having good sleep isn't random, it's a practice.